Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakathon, all my brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemalathan Ba'ashem Yahushua, all my sisters. Kahala, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Shema, Yeshua Allah, Yahweh, Allah Yanoah, Yahweh Akkad. Alright, so this topic on this Sabbath day is going to be about wisdom. How do we obtain wisdom from the scriptures? Alright, so started from the Old Testament in the book of Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 6. I'm going to go there. The book of Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 6, right? Right, the book of Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 6 and 7. For Yahweh giveth wisdom out of his mouth. Cometh knowledge, for Yahweh giveth wisdom. Out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. So, the Most High, he gives wisdom. Out of his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. How does the Lord give wisdom, right? The Lord raises up prophets to speak for him, to speak his words. And the words of the Lord are of the laws, statutes, and the commandments, right? Now, the laws, statutes, and the commandments, they produce wisdom. Basically, by operating under the laws, statutes, and the commandments, you'll be able to go to life. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to go to life. You'll be able to go through life easier. And for one, you'll have the knowledge and the understanding of the Holy Scriptures. Why? Because you're applying these laws, the laws, statutes, and the commandments to your life in order for you to get wisdom, in order for you to have the knowledge and understanding, to know that, in order for you to know to do certain things and to not do certain things, to eat certain things and to not eat certain things, to live a certain way and to not live a certain way, right? That's having knowledge and understanding. And that knowledge and understanding only comes from the wisdom that the Most High speaks. And that wisdom is the laws, the statutes, and the commandments, right? So the next scripture is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 20. That's chapter 1, verse 20. In the Old Testament. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets, right? So when these brothers, when they out on the corners, right? When they speaking these words from the Bible, from the scriptures, the majority of the time, what they telling you to keep is the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh. Now, the commandments of Yahweh, they produce wisdom. They produce wisdom. When you observe them and apply them to your life and keep them to the best of your ability, they produce wisdom. Now, you're basically obtaining the knowledge and understanding of how to live by applying the laws of Yahweh to your life. The laws of Yahweh, it will turn a worldly person, a worldly Israelite, into that which Yahweh Shai wants you to be, which is a king, a prince. But definitely, these laws, statutes, and commandments are wisdom. When we do these things, we will have knowledge and understanding of the Most High. The next scripture is the book of James, chapter 5, verse 1 in the New Testament. That is the book of James, chapter 5. The book of James, chapter 1, verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. So look, if you lack wisdom, if you lack understanding, if you lack knowledge, ask the Most High Yahweh, and he's going to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to hold wisdom back from you. If you need wisdom, ask him for wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Ask the Most High Yahweh for wisdom, and He's going to give you wisdom. Meaning, whatever you want, ask for it. Seeking, you shall find. Asking, you shall receive. If you lack wisdom, ask the Most High for wisdom, and He'll give you the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? The wisdom comes from the scriptures by applying the laws, statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh to your life to the best of your ability. That's where the wisdom comes from. The wisdom and learning how to do things, learning what to eat, what not to eat, what to celebrate, what not to celebrate, how to live, how not to live. That is the wisdom that comes from the law, statutes, and the commandments of the Most High Yahweh. So if you lack wisdom, ask Yahweh for that wisdom and He'll give it to you. Alright? So the next scripture I'm going to go to is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 3, verse 9 in the Old Testament. It's 1 Kings, chapter 3, verse 9. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge? For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? And read it again. 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 9. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? Right? So basically, King Solomon is asking Yahweh to give him an understanding heart, meaning give him a mind of understanding, a mind to understand how to judge his people, a mind to understand how to judge his people according to the law, the statutes, and the commandments. Right? How do how would the Most High Yahweh give Solomon an understanding mind in order so he can judge between good and bad, so he can judge his people? Right? Solomon obtained that understanding mind to judge his people, to discern from good and bad by observing the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh, which gives you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So the laws of Yahweh will give you understanding. They will give you understanding, and you can judge between good and bad, right? Because if you are seeking to be righteous and seeking to do things the right way, you're not going to show respect of persons. Just like Solomon said, give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? Meaning, Yahweh, give me an understanding heart so I can be able to judge your people, that I may put a difference between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? Meaning, this people was great. They're your chosen people. But I need you to give me a mind and give me the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding so I can make a difference between good and bad. So I can judge them. So I will not have respect over persons. But give me a mind so that I can discern good and bad. I can tell a difference between good and bad. So, you know what? The Most High and blessed Solomon with all of the wisdom. Right? Now, you had every king of the other kingdoms needing to travel far and wide, right? To basically hear the wisdom from King Solomon. So ask the Most High Yahweh for wisdom, and He will give you wisdom. He's not going to hold it. He's not going to hold it from you. The next scripture is the book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10, in the Old Testament. Psalms chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endures forever. So look, the fear of Yahweh, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. What is the fear of the Most High? For one, the fear of the Most High is obedience unto him. That's what the fear of the Most High is, obedience unto him. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments, and his praise endures forever. So where do you get wisdom from? You get this wisdom and good understanding from obeying the commandments of Yahweh. This is where the wisdom comes from. This is where the understanding comes from. In order to understand the scriptures, you will have to keep the commandments of the Most High. That is where your wisdom and your understanding comes from. Pray the Most High's praise endures forever. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endures forever. Right? So the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. First, you gotta know who the Most High is. You gotta know that the Most High Yahweh, he is who he says he is. You know what I'm saying? He's the son of, he's the father of Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh, you know what I'm saying? He freed us from bondage in Egypt, right? He then miraculously, you know what I'm saying? Then gave the heathens over into our hand. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom and good understanding, and have all they that do his commandments. His praise endure forever. So if you want the understanding, if you seek the understanding, if you seek wisdom from the Most High to understand the scriptures, to understand the Bible, then you keep the commandments, apply the commandments to your life to the best of your ability, and wisdom is going to come in your mind, is going to come into your heart, which is your mind. If you apply the commandments to your life to the best of your ability on a daily basis, as a daily process, if you do so, then you'll obtain the wisdom to understand on how to judge the people, on how to make a difference between good and bad, so you will not have a respect of persons. The next scripture is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 16, in the Old Testament. Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 16. I communed with mine own heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. So basically, this is King Solomon saying, meaning I talked with myself in my mind. So basically, this is King Solomon. King Solomon, he's talking with himself in his mind and saying, I have come to great estate. Basically, mean I have come to a level of understanding and wisdom, right? To a level of understanding and wisdom far past the brothers and the kings that were before me in the city of Jerusalem. My wisdom then surpassed their wisdom. My knowledge then surpassed their knowledge. Why? Because Solomon, he was reading himself, applying the laws of God to his life. So because Solomon applied the laws of Yahweh to his life, that is how he got the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding. To understand what to do and how to judge his people, to make a difference between good and bad. So he will not make a respecter of persons. Now, if you understand the commandments, right, and apply them to your life to the best of your ability, then you'll understand the scriptures more. You'll start seeing that Christ didn't only come in existence in the New Testament, but Christ is prophesied in the Old Testament to come and to be sacrificed in the New Testament, so Israel can be adopted back into his love. Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10 in the Old Testament. Book of Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. So the beginning of the Most High, so the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. So for one, let's deal with that word holy. The word holy means to be separate. Who is a holy people? The people that's holy unto the Most High is the children of Israel. What does the word holy mean? The word holy means to be separate, to be separated. What are we separated from when we obey the commandments of the Most High? We keep the Passover, the feast. We keep the Passover, the Lord's. The feast of dedications, the feast of Purim, feast of unleavened bread, which are the Lord's feast days, and a couple other more, and a couple other feast days, right? The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. So the knowledge of the people who keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and His commandments to the best of their ability, their knowledge, their wisdom, and their knowledge. The wisdom and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. The wisdom and the knowledge of the holy, of the people that's holy, of the people that's separate from the doings of everybody else, their knowledge and their knowledge and their wisdom is understanding, meaning they have understanding of the scriptures. They have understanding how to live on earth. They have understanding how to deal with certain things. They have understanding on how to deal with certain situations. Why? Because the laws, statutes, and the commandments tells you how to deal with, tells you what woman to deal with, what woman not to deal with, what man to deal with, what man not to deal with, what to partake in, what not to partake in. Proverbs 1:7 in the Old Testament. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Meaning that to fear the Lord, you would have to obey His commandments and apply them to the best, and apply them to your life to the best of your ability, right? But a person who doesn't fear the Lord, they don't want to know or find out what it takes to serve the Lord. A wise man will say, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. If I fear the Most High, then I'm going to, know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable unto the Most High. And then that person will continue to increase in his or her knowledge. But a fool will despise the wisdom and instructions, which are the laws, the statutes, and the commandments in his Bible. A fool will despise it. So the next scripture is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13 in the Old Testament. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 13. Proverbs 3 and 13. For whom Yahweh loveth, he correcteth, even as a father, the son in whom he delighteth. So, you know what I'm saying? If the most high love you, he gonna correct you. If he see that you doing wrong, he gonna correct you. Just like a father that loves his son. If the father see the son doing wrong, the father is gonna correct the son. Why? Because the father delights in the son. Verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. So once you apply these laws, statutes, and commandments to your life, happy is the man that findeth the wisdom that come from these laws. You're gonna be happy, right? You're gonna be happy, and overall, you're even gonna be more happier of the understanding that you will get from applying the laws. Applying these laws of God, they sound so simple, you know what I'm saying? But when you keep these commandments, when you apply them to your life, you actually get in the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding that everybody don't have. Everybody don't have the understanding that comes from keeping the commandments. Everybody don't understand these scriptures. Everybody don't understand how Christ lines up with how Christ is spoken of throughout the whole Bible. Everybody don't understand how this Bible, these commandments are for the children of Israel. Everybody don't have that understanding. Everybody don't have that wisdom. So if you find wisdom, if you ask for wisdom from the Most High, and when the Most High gives you wisdom, you know what I'm saying, apply that wisdom even more. And then once you apply it even more, you're gonna get understanding as well. So the next scripture, Proverbs 4 and 5. Proverbs 4 and 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. So get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. So all of these laws, statutes, and these commandments, you apply them to the best of your life. You apply them to your life to the best of your ability as long as you're on this earth, right? And you'll have wisdom and basically the understanding on how to move and how to live in this world and what to do and what not to do, what to eat and what not to eat, what to celebrate and what not to celebrate, what to take part in and what not to take part in, right? Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? So these laws, statutes, and commandments, once you start applying them to your life, you know what I'm saying, and keeping them, which is a daily process. Never let these laws leave your mouth. Always apply these laws to your life. This is how you get wisdom, and this is how you get understanding. To understand the scriptures, right? Right now I'm going to verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding, right? Get wisdom and get understanding. Now your wisdom comes from you keeping the law from now your wisdom comes from you applying the laws, the statutes, and the commandments to your life, right? But by having that wisdom, you also can your understanding can also come from that, from having a wisdom, from applying the commandments to your life. Now you can make a difference between good and bad. You can make a difference between right and wrong. You can make a difference between righteous and unrighteous. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom is the principal thing thereof. Get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. So with all the wisdom that you get, with all the scriptures that you read, with all the you know commandments that you apply to your life on a daily basis, get understanding from it. Get understanding from every scripture that you're reading, because the understanding that you'll get from it, you'll get that understanding from keeping the law, from applying it to your life to the best of your ability. That is how you will get your understanding and your wisdom. Right, next scripture, and the last scripture is Ecclesiastes chapter 19 and verse 20. And in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiastes chapter 19 and verse 20. In the Apocrypha, Ecclesiastes chapter 19 verse 20. Ecclesiastes chapter 19 verse 20, right? The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 19 verse 20 in the Apocrypha. The fear of Yahweh is all wisdom. And in all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the law of his omnipotency. Right? I'm gonna read it again. The fear of Yahweh is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotency. So the fear of the Most High is wisdom. And wisdom comes from the performance of the law. Meaning that wisdom comes from the performance of the law. So when you apply the laws, statutes, and commandments to your life to the best of your ability, then wisdom will surely come. But with wisdom, get understanding so you can know what's right from wrong, so you can make a difference between good and bad. You know what I'm saying? That's my time. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Alathan Bashim Yahushai, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatham, to all my brothers. Shamar Alathan Bashim Yahushai, to all my sisters. Kau Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Shema Yasha Allah Yahweh Allah Yanoah Yahweh Akkad. All praise to the Most High in the name of Christ. Hear Israel, Yahweh our God. Yahweh is one. Shalom.